still.
All right. I'm gaveling in the meeting, folks. Call to order the Stormwater Utility Board meeting. Roll call. Clerk Treasurer, we do have a forum. Let us review the minutes for February 17, 2026, please.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from February 26th. February 26th.
I'll second the motion.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilor Bowling to pass the minutes for February 17, 2026. We have a second by Councilor Hancock to pass the minutes. So be it. All in favor of passing minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? If no opposing, so be it. Minutes are passed. All business, current project. Chief, any current projects?
I've got, I'll talk about one now, and then if you don't mind, I'll wait for the other when we get to the meeting,
Okay.
the council meeting.
Sounds wonderful.
I know the board has approved to do televising on a couple streets, and I'd asked to look at Crossgate. So we did our walkthrough after our pre-con meeting last week sometime.
Yeah, Monday or something.
Yeah,
Tuesday, Thursday. I don't know. What day is today?
One day last
Last week.
It's fine. It's about 5 choices.
week. And as we walk across Gate, we have two stormwater issues that we know of,
Okay.
because it was right after it rained.
Yes.
So Crossgate and Corey, just about a half a block north of Corey on Crossgate. That whole yard is flooded and the sidewalk, and there's a stormwater manhole cover, but there's no drain anywhere near it.
Okay.
And then if you go to the north side of Crossgate and Lotus, about a half a block up there, if you notice where the road goes down and it goes back up, so we've got a lot of water sitting there, and it's the same issue we have on the other end.
Right.
We have a manhole cover, but we have no storm drains. So if you could get that televised, that would help us to know if we're having a structural problem, because as much water as we have, we're kind of thinking if there is one and it's supposed to be running down,
Yes.
it's blown out somewhere there.
The one on Lotus, I'm pretty sure, because I told Western Engineering about Hollybrook. They got the end of Hollybrook. Is that where Lotus runs into Hollybrook? Well, that's where they scoped at the beginning of that, so I informed them to please use that 7,000 that the board agreed upon to scope both the end and the front of Hollybrook. So they did scope Lotus, and I'll have to find out.
Yeah, so if they can do Lotus down to Crossgate to
Okay.
Corey. And then the other issue, if you have them out here, is if you look at Walnut and South Street, if you're facing northbound on Walnut at the stop sign, you'll notice there's a storm drain right there, and there's a manhole cover, and the asphalt is sinking in.
Yes.
So we think we have a blowout there also. So if we could have them look at just that section, about 30 feet north of that, there's a manhole cover too. So if they could just kind of do that triangle area to see if it is floating anywhere or if it's still attached or not collapsed.
Do you think, assuming there is a blowout, would that be why the sidewalks all tilted?
Yes.
Because remember we fixed
Yes.
some of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when we fixed it, they were supposed to look at that, and that was before we got Crossroads. And all they did is end up throwing asphalt in it. So we never got an answer on if there was something wrong there or not wrong there. So, but if we can look at those two spots, that'd be great.
So we're not dedicating any monies towards that right now. We're just calling them up and asking them to look at those two spots. How much?
I'm sure they're gonna charge
Right,
us.
but how much?
As long as we have, so our bids have to be in for next year's, they changed it, was it June? May or June, we have to have our paperwork into them, so sometime this spring we'll need that work done.
Okay.
So that we can get a good bid for 2027, which will be 2026, but, yeah.
So this will be part of the crossing.
Yeah, and the good thing is that we can do it now, we can add it to our community crossing grant, and we pay less money to get it repaired.
Do you need a motion or something like that?
Yeah, I think
Because you're spending money.
But we are spending
How are
money.
you gonna do are you gonna do a not to exceed, or,
I think not to exceed would be,
okay.
because you never know.
So what's the, what are the streets?
What is,
Because you got Hollybrook.
So-
There's like-
right, Hollybrook is taken care of.
Crossgate from Corey to Lotus. And then intersection of Walnut and South Street. Would be the easiest way to explain it.
And before the amount was like 3,000 or something that they were going to
7,000.
charge.
7,000.
Well, we did not to exceed 7,000.
Yes,
Right.
The, just for the one spot that they were originally going to do, wasn't it like $3,000 or $4,000?
Yes, it was about
Okay,
$3,000.
so since these are kind of like spots, so we say not to exceed like.
Well, Crossgate would be the whole street. So it's probably what you just did on Hollybrook, that's about the same length. And then whatever they would charge you, probably the 3,000 and the rate wall. So I would say 10,000.
10,000,
Just to be
yes,
safe.
that's what I was thinking. All right, let's have a motion on the floor not to exceed $10,000 to fix the stormwater issue at Cross Gates, the Quarry to Lotus, and the intersection of Walnut to Cross Gate. That's right now.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to pay $10,000, not to exceed $10,000 to fix Cross Gate, Quarry to Lotus intersection of Walnut to Cross Gate.
Joseph?
This is just scoping it, right?
Scoping, yes.
Okay.
Do I have a second? We have Mr. Counselor Haley, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
We have one by Counselor Bowling, not to exceed $10,000 for Cross Gate, Quarry to Lotus intersection to Walnut to Cross Gate. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? If no oppositions, therefore ayes have it, so let it be passed. All right?
Thank you.
Well,
That's all I got.
that's all you got. All right. There's nothing really new on President's Point, just the fact that I'm working in this lead on the MS4, so, and part of that MS4 is training, so I feel like the training is that I give to you guys is through the newspaper, helpful tips and ideas and stuff. But also during this meeting, I will be more diligent for giving tips and hints on what people can do and cannot do with their stormwater so that everything can be happy. And copacetic is the nice word. I was going to say happy-dory, but we're professionals here.
For clarification, could you say what MS4 is?
Well, it is for, the MS4 deals with your sewers and your waters and your stormwaters and your training for seeing problems in the area such as leaks on gutters and runoff problems that you have with your private lands and such, and it's also corporates and
Okay.
well, that the corporate entities can help with that with runoffs. It all deals with runoffs and stormwater runoffs and environmentally safe programming so that we can better the community through that, okay?
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I can tell you that it stands for Municipal Separate Storm Sewer Systems.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, I was putting that on the thank you very much. That's
Short, sweet.
Thank you for
short,
that.
sweet.
Information.
Yeah, thank you very much. All right, okay, but that's that, and if we have to add a few minutes to the meeting beforehand, I'll let you all know, because training is very important for this council as a stormwater board to know. All right, financials, Clerk Treasurer Newhouse.
You have your payroll.
All right,
Claims.
I need a motion on the floor to pass payroll distribution detail of $1,162.89.
I'd like to make a motion to approve payroll in the amount of $1,162.89. Is that good?
Excellent, that's good.
But not my readers.
We have a motion on the floor by Councilor Bowling to pass the payroll distribution detail of $1,160.89. Do I have a second?
I'll second the motion.
We have a second one by Councilor Hancock. Any discussion? If there's no discussion, let's pass this. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? If no nays, so be it, let it be passed. APB transaction list. There's no claims this time around. We're being good stewards. No money, taxpayers' money, yay. So petitioner comments by citizens. Are there any comments by the citizens out there? If there are no comments by citizens, let me have an motion to adjourn this meeting, please.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
We have a motion by Councilor Haley to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second by Councilor Bowman. All in favor?
Aye.
So be it, this meeting is now closed.
Thanks for coming to the meeting. Steve said he had an emergency, you know, make yourself at home with cookies and pies.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
please.
you.
Discuss them.
You did a nice job.
This Jennifer Haley helped
Several years ago, I was
tremendously.
the treasurer. They made you have two separate runs. We did the appreciation accounts like a savings fund. It's kind of like we have an NVH and NVH restricted. They just- Yeah, I'm sure there was probably something that's used for water funds. So they made it split them.
Okay, so I'm gonna read your.
So there's different restrictions.
Now, NVH, there
Is there time? I know it's being recorded.
What is that? Back from
What's up, Mr. Patricia?
Well, not to take hard point.
Well, Brittany, I'm gonna make it for Christmas. How's that sound? I said I might be able to get it for Christmas.
Stay on stand.
But they take my entire free.
How you doing?
I know, I'm freezing.
Thanks.
So are we still recording?
Yes.
I thought so. Good. I guess the phone audience tonight. Contact with her. Thank you very much. I need the contact with
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, these three trustees are Okay, so I'll introduce you. I'll pass you to Where's your drum? I guess. They were all ready to take place. Oh,
Yeah.
And then I actually had my.
That's seven.
And they brought in a shot.
That's all right.
And then a shot.
Yeah.
I also still keep that.
That was for you. Good evening and welcome to the City of Southport, March 2026 Council meeting. We have a forum, will we please rise, big flag, and recite the pledge of allegiance? Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. Steve Nanny will do the invocation.
Let's pray together. God, we thank you for this evening, this time we can be together. God, we thank you for your son Jesus, who died on the cross to set us free and to help us with all things. And God, we thank you that we live in such a great nation full of freedom. And God, I pray that you bless our community leaders tonight as they meet and discuss. I pray you give them wisdom and discernment over all the issues, God. God, we thank you for our community. We thank you for the good people that live in our community who are working and striving together to make the community of Southport a better place. God, we thank you for our first responders. We thank you for our officers and our firefighters and all those, God, that work so hard to make our community a safe place. And God, we do ask for protection for them. Now, God, again, bless the time tonight. Guide words, guide thoughts. Again, thank you for your goodness to us. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Steve. We can take a look at the minutes from the February meeting, please.
I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes from February 17th, 2025. 26, thank you.
We have a motion on the table to approve the minutes from the February 2025 meeting. Do I hear a second? Second. Seconded by Mr. Haley. Any corrections, changes, additions, anything at all? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Thank you, the minutes have been approved. Chief, if you could proceed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know everybody was here, so I'm not going to go over the whole list that AC went over with you guys. A couple things I do want to hit is the attempted break-in at Holland Church. That was some really good police work. One from two different agencies, IMPD and us. Our officer arrived on scene very quickly and was able to get the information out, so we were able to catch him. It appears that there's at least 3 to 4 other residents outside of Southport that he's also hit. So I think it's going to end up being a lot bigger case than it initially started out. So again, for Detective Komoric, it was really good police work, being on time, getting the information out quick so that other units could get the car stopped and actually catch the suspect was good. And then to follow up on that a little bit, we're looking at what their initial charges are, what they're actually going to charge him with, because he lives over on the other side of the park to the north of it. So hopefully he's learned, go break in somewhere else, don't come to Southport because we'll catch him, but we'll see if that sinks in. The other one is we had several officers volunteer their time again to go out and patrol Beach Grove so they could do their debrief after the funeral. It took us about 4 minutes to fill that spot, so it says a lot about our officers and the thing. So I wanted to say kudos to them too. Other than that, like I said, I think he went through everything there, so I won't bore you guys with going over it again. We did have a big incident, it came out as a domestic where the person was going to shoot the police when they arrived. I think it was Friday, one of those days, they had Southport Road shut down for a little bit. We've been to that house several times. I don't know why they don't get divorced and move out, but they won't. They're gonna stay together until they kill each other. But we don't have any charges for him. He didn't have the gun. This is the second time she's reported a false crime. So we are looking at possibly filing false reporting charges on her. But that was the only thing new since his meeting. Any questions on the police side?
So when you say that was a false crime, is that the typical, you show up and she'll press charges? Is that-
No, this is, she called it in saying that he went up, he's a felon, so he's not supposed to have a gun. He went up, got the gun out of her room, he had the gun, he was gonna kill her and any police that showed up. Then when we got there, she said, well, I don't know if he got the gun. He went upstairs.
So she's back.
So she's starting to change her story.
Okay.
He was in, it's like 2130. There's a big garage behind it. He was out there on FaceTiming one of his buddies working on something the whole time. So he was never there inside. So that's where the false reporting comes in.
Gotcha.
Because we had 12 units on the run. So Southport Road was
Did you really?
everywhere.
Oh, my.
Yeah, good. Anytime they said they're gonna shoot us when we show up, we come with a lot of us. You might get one or two, but you're not getting all 12 of us. We're coming. But yeah, so that's the only new run that came out since Wednesday's meeting. Any other questions on
Thank you.
the police? You're welcome. On the Public Works, we had our pre-con meeting last week. Nobody knows what day it was.
Thursday, I'm on Thursday.
On Thursday.
The weather's been, kind of rough.
Yeah, we met with Midwest Paving and also Brad Staley from our engineer company was there. Pre-con, they just kind of break down all the rules, what we expect, what they're responsible for, what we're responsible for. So they had a 45-day window to start the 2025 community promising project from April 1st to August 30th. They've given us a schedule already. They're going to start on May 26th. And then hopefully an end date of July 7th due to weather and that kind of stuff. That'll be Corey Court, Partridge, Market Street, and Commerce. So it's quite a big project. The problem is it's separate projects kind of all through the city. So they will make sure that there's notices sent out to residents the day or two before they start the project. There is a little stormwater there, but it's just inlets that we've identified that need to be fixed. But it should be a pretty simple project. Like I said, they'll come through the mill, all the roads in one day. And then come back the next day and pave everything. So the paving should be pretty easy. One of our problems in Crossgate area over there is a lot of that used to be concrete, and then they put asphalt over it. So we have some areas that we've looked at that need to be taken all the way down and some work done there before we put asphalt back on top. So that'll be the longest part of that project, curb ramps, ADA ramps, that kind of stuff will take the longest. The paving should be 4 days tops. As long as everything works out well, we can get cars off the street, moved out of the way on time. So that's good news. We're getting that done. We did get the city parking lot signs in. That I know is part of the RDC's kind of project you guys are working on. As you can tell, it's Indiana, so we're waiting till next week when it's 60 and Bob will get those signs up. But we have two signs on Southport and Main Street with arrows facing towards the parking lot. We've got a sign at the parking lot that says it's a city parking lot. And then we have one on Derbyshire and Main with an arrow going back west to get them directed around that way. So those should be up next week if you see those, and they're pretty good sized signs, so you shouldn't miss them. That's about all we had. Like I said, I think he covered most of that with you guys last week, so I won't bore you with the same thing again. I do tell it better, I can tell you that. I watched it.
You watched it?
Only one part I had to
I
hear.
would think that would be painful.
It is painful, yeah. I watched about 5 minutes of it, and I was like, yeah, that's good, they're doing a good job. Any questions on maintenance?
Any questions for Chief?
All right,
All right, thank you, Chief.
thank you.
Okay, moving along to the redevelopment commission.
Yeah, so our meeting this month, we had a couple things that we discussed. We continue to work on updating the redevelopment plan, working on new maps in there to make it a little more consistent. And there's some portions of the plan that are obsolete and will be removed, but just generally working and getting that up to date. We've been discussing a number of things that we might do as a commission and with the help of the council as well. One of the things that we're looking at is the billboard there in Madison by the creek. Looking at the potential running of that. We've got a quote for that and a quote for graphics to go on it. We have not made a decision to move forward yet at this point, but that is something that we're looking at as a potential. Got an update on Indianapolis has an art in the right-of-way program, and we've got a call coming up with folks from D&D about that. So we'll get a little more information about that. We have also had a discussion about some signage. If you've been down by Giacomo's in Greenwood, they've got that sign along the wall there. Had some discussions with the company that does that. Material has potential to put up on a couple places on Southport Road to kind of like welcome to Southport. Kind of thing. We haven't acted on anything yet, but that's something that we're looking at. And Heather was able to find a program through the Indie Arts Council that does art on utility boxes, and we've applied for one on that. And Heather, if you want to give a little more detail on that.
Yeah, so we identified 3 utility boxes within the city that we wanted to have painted for artwork. Apparently there are 3 different types of utility boxes. There are ones that are owned by the city of Indianapolis, which pertain to stoplights. There are ones that are owned by like AES that are true utility boxes, and then there are ones that are owned by DPW. And I'm not exactly sure what those are for, but anyhow, Indie Arts Council has a program that you can apply for 4 times a year. They will open up the application process. 2 of the boxes that we identified are within the redevelopment district. One is at South and Madison, and one is by Long's Bakery. The 3rd one is the box that is at the corner of McFarland and Southport that used to be painted, and then they replaced the box and now it's silver again. That is the box that I applied for because it is outside of the redevelopment district, so we could not use redevelopment funds to paint that box. I have submitted it. The deadline is April 5th, so sometime after April 5th we should hear from them. I did have correspondence with the director of that program asking if we could apply for all 3, and she said no. But the way that program works is that they would help us find an artist. We would have full control over who the artist is and what the content of that box is, like what the subject of the artwork is. And if it is approved for us to get the funds, they actually take care of paying for all of us, so none of that money comes through us. We just facilitate it. And we did have to agree to maintain that area for 3 years, which I didn't think was a problem.
And then potentially we'd have the ability to reach out to that artist
Yes.
as well to address the other boxes.
And through this program, they said they could also help us identify who owns the other 2 boxes and help us get in touch with them for what we would need to do to be able to put artwork on those boxes as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it from us, so.
Okay. All right, right.
Can I ask a question?
Mary?
Okay.
Let's let them go
Let me ask Rick a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I went by the billboard today, and for some reason it hadn't hit me before that there is a bigger part at the bottom, and then there's that smaller part at the top. Would we be getting both of those areas, or would we just be getting the big part?
Where at?
The billboard that we were talking about using for...
What we've been asking about was the lower one.
Okay, the big
The,
one.
the price they want for the higher one is ridiculous.
Oh, okay.
Is that the one that has a bankruptcy attorney on it now?
Well, right now it has a call, this phone number to rent it. It's the big sign that's on the
Oh,
top
all right.
part.
Okay.
And it has that on the top, and it also has that on the bottom as
Okay.
well.
Got it.
But in my mind, I was thinking, oh gosh, we could have this gorgeous welcome to Southport big sign below it, and we could have this
Sure. That's
really
resident.
strange, strippers on the bottom or something. I don't know. I was just kind of like going,
Mrs.
oh, that might not be. So that's what in my mind, I was thinking, oh, do we get both of those, or we just get
Yeah,
the bigger part?
what we've been asking about
Was the larger
was
part,
the larger
okay.
part below.
Okay,
But we get both the north and the south side.
right, yeah, that would be nice. Okay, I was just curious, thank you.
We had a constituent come over to our house, and you know those QR scanners that you guys have? My suggestion is, because she came over and gave us the biggest challenge ever, let's put it this way.
On the survey.
Yeah, the survey.
The survey was.
And she's like, how in the world, because I'm by myself, my sister and my brother-in-law don't have the QR codes. I mean, they're in their 80s, 60s, between 60 and 80 years old. Can I make a suggestion for you guys? If you want to do a QR code, put like a website underneath, because there are some people don't have that QR code or are not able to download that QR code, or they would have to hold, I don't know how they did it, but they did a screenshot, but in some cases, some people are, how can I say this, Joe?
Computer illiterate.
Yeah, computer So if I can make that suggestion for you guys in the near future too, so.
Yeah, we had, I thought we had a link on the city website as well.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge improvement.
It was a digital code is what it
You ought to
was.
put it on there as well.
I think if
Yeah.
you click on it, you go to the survey though, right?
They were talking about Facebook.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about Facebook and, something like that, but,
Thanks for your consideration.
I appreciate, doing the searching and everything, so.
All right.
Any other questions for Mr. Petreca? All right, thank you, sir. Mrs. Lane, Parks Board.
Hello, we are gearing up for the buddy to come to the park, and yes, Chief, I owe you an action plan, so it's on my list. So I'm getting ahead. Southport Heights has decided this year not to have their Easter egg hunt, so they are actually partnering with us. Mr. Haley is acting as the liaison. They're going to donate some eggs and juice boxes, and also provide transportation. People just go to their site and to get them over to our site. So, and some volunteers and things like that to help us with setup. So that's very welcoming. We have, hate to disappoint you, but Joe's kids are going to stuff all the Easter eggs for us, so I didn't think anybody would be too disappointed in that, so.
Are we gonna have a police officer there to watch? For the egg?
Sorry to interrupt. Make sure Joey doesn't eat all the candy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm getting a discount from Ollie's, but we can only get so much candy. So the Haleys, thank you again. You're providing juice boxes, which actually, even though it's not going to rain this year. It better not rain this year. But they came in handy 4th of July and other events, so we used them, so they did not go to waste. And just a reminder, at least for this event, Hunger Inc., we're asking people, to bring non-perishable canned goods, and it will go to support Hunger Inc. So, we finally got a report from the arborist, and so there was a crew that came out into the park to kind of analyze all the trees from a safety standpoint, if there's limbs that are dead that need to come down, because we don't want a kid going down the slide and getting mauled by a limb or something like that, especially with all this wind. So I'm still waiting for that. He's gonna do it. I said, can you price it per tree? Because, depending on how much it is, we can do this tree, but we can't do that, but at least we'll have a game plan. The memorial trees that have been asked to be planted for Larry and Buddy, I did get a recommendation from the arborist of a blue, did I say tupelo tree?
Tupelo, yeah.
Not to be confused with the sweet gum tree. I have gone to 2 nurseries to price them. This is last year's pricing, not this year's pricing, but you're looking at about $200, $250 per tree. Trees are not cheap, okay? So and plus you would have delivery, depending on how that's handled, and someone to plant them. So, if it goes ahead, it will come out of the park board's budget. But it also, there's a commitment, because if you don't take care of those trees the first 2 years, they'll die. So it's not just planting the trees, but it's taking care of those trees. So I want to be sure, before we proceed further, does the council want to take this approach as the memorial to the 2 former council members? So if you want to talk about it, and then let me know, because I'll get one more quote from a nursery just to see how they line up price-wise. So we are also gearing up for Spring Cleanup Day. Thank you, Jeff, for feeding us. Again, we'll partner with Southport Heights, Southport United Methodist, and we're going to really work on the areas. We worked last year really along the fence line by the creek, but we're going to make sure that stays clean. Fall Festival, we have had conversations with Southport United Methodist about doing a joint festival. And I think kind of the attitude of the board is it's going to be more, we want to do it like a town-wide festival. We want to go to like the antique mall, the local stores, and see, do they also want to have some activities out that day, so that we would promote things, this is going on here at 10 o'clock, this is going here at 2 o'clock, and so I kind of have just a community-wide fall festival. So that's kind of the at least the initial approach that we're taking. So they have offered to get the banner across the street and stuff like that. But we want to make it like the Southport Fall Festival, not just this church's, this business, things like that. And 4th of July planning is underway. We've got a good candidate for Grand Marshal. We've already got 2 applications in. Our friends at State Farm are working on getting cheerleaders, a football team, and some band members. I'm going to go to a dance studio and the Taekwondo studio right around the corner to see if they would also like to participate. So all our dates are on the website. I think that was a question raised, so that's what Park Board's doing.
Any questions for Elaine?
Oh, thank you.
Comments? Yes, ma'am.
Leon, I don't want to, if can I make a suggestion, please? Okay. You're wanting to pay like $200 for each tree a piece?
Yes.
Okay. Have you heard of Arbor Foundation?
Yes.
Okay. Have you tried going through them to see how much it would cost for that type of tree?
I will certainly try there.
Okay. That would be the best, because I bought some trees there before, And not only, I don't know if you remember this, but have you bought any fruit from them?
No.
Okay, so what I did when I bought my trees through them, they would give you one tree for free.
Okay.
Okay, so, I had, we have a dogwood in the back of the yard, and then, we got another tree on top of that, and another one.
Well, I was really excited, not to interrupt you, because Subaru will give you trees.
Yes.
Yes, that's the
Yes,
tree.
yeah.
You know.
I know what you're saying,
So-
I have one that's
You know, if you want a
super
tree
wood.
or do you want a tree? You know,
Yeah,
so, and the more you pay, the bigger the more you pay.
yeah, I know what you're saying, but I've seen the bigger trees, and I've looked at them, I said, honey, I'm going through the Arbor Foundation.
So again, it's really, we're doing this as on behalf of the council. So, you know, we want to make sure that it meets your expectations. Because, you know, is there something else, another way that you want to honor those two council members?
Yes.
Do you want a plaque? Do you want, you know, is the tree the best way to honor them?
I have a question. Is there any issue with me bringing a chainsaw versus handsaw for that park cleanup day?
I don't,
No.
I don't have a sign.
You're okay.
Get the parasol.
As Chief knows, I've got 2 quotes now on getting rid of those trees at the entrance to Crossgate, so I'm getting closer.
Excellent.
Mr. Mayor, isn't it that when, Carol, do you remember this? If we can, we only go, what, this is like over 10 years ago for me. It was anything over $200, we would have to ask the city council.
Right, it depends on.
It's $500.
Yeah, $500.
Alyssa would know. Yeah, we're aware of those limits.
Yeah, it's been, I was told 200, it's like, whoa.
You're right.
I think it's 500 now.
Yeah. Any other questions for Elaine?
I was just gonna, you were talking about who was gonna be helping with the cleanup time. Mr. Shelburne also offered his students that whole week
Yes,
before that they
Right.
would be helping with that, so I just
yes, he did.
thought that was very generous of him. He goes, we don't have any projects that week, so.
We jotted down, those kids are lined up between benches and signs and hay and cleanup.
It's a whole new curriculum for
Yes,
this.
exactly.
Now, what time, and what day do you need volunteers to come and fill up Easter eggs? Because I'm pretty sure I'll get Joey.
Joe's kids are doing it all.
Mr. Schultz.
Oh, Mr. Shelburne's.
Yeah.
But you're still taking people to help decorate, are you?
Oh, yeah. And we'll set up the night before.
The Friday before?
Yeah.
Is that
If you want to come,
after, is that after 7 o'clock the decoration is, or is it before?
probably more like 5:30-ish, somewhere around there.
Because some churches have,
Good Friday.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that
You're
is Friday.
welcome.
Yep.
Okay, we'll have to take that into consideration.
Okay.
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, but even that morning, you know, we can use help
Sure.
Okay.
Last minute.
hiding the eggs.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
You got something wrong with your wrist there. Anything else for Elaine? All right, thanks Elaine. Okay, moving along, old business welcome packets. Anybody need a welcome packet? Right now Jeff has the market cornered. Okay. New business, financials, fund reports.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the fund reports.
We have a motion on the table to approve the fund report subject to audit. Do I hear a second?
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Haley. Any questions, comments, anything at all? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed, fund reports have been approved. Moving on to the bank reconciliations, Old National Checking and Savings.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the financial checking and savings account.
We have a motion on the table to approve the reconciliations for Old National Checking and Savings accounts. Do I hear a second?
Second?
Seconded by Mr. Haley. Any questions, comments, anything? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The reconciliation's been approved for Old National. Checking and savings, Trust Indiana savings account.
Make the motion to approve Trust Indiana savings account.
We have a motion on the table to approve the Trust Indiana savings account reconciliation. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley. Any questions, comments, anything? Hearing none, all those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed. The Trust Indiana savings account reconciliation has been approved. Moving on to the payroll claims register.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the payroll claims register in the amount of $31,154.54.
We have a motion on the table to approve the payroll claims register in the amount of $31,154.54. Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Mrs. Hancock. Any questions about that? Comments, anything? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. Payroll claims have been approved. Moving on to the APV register.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the accounts payable register in the amount of $62,883.75.
We have a motion on the table to approve the accounts payable register in the amount of $62,883.75. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley. Any questions about what you see there, vendors, anything? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? None opposed. The accounts payable registers been approved. Moving on to comments from council members. Mrs. Haley, how about you start us off? You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay then.
You got me there, Jim.
I sure did. Oh my goodness.
Well, I want to wish everybody a happy evening tonight. So I'm thankful for the chief that nobody got hurt. So thank goodness for that. And also thank you for our officers who are helping out with Beach Grove too as well. And I'm very appreciative for all of our emergency personnel out there. So, and I want to thank each and every one of you coming out tonight, and I want you to be safe.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming, and don't leave without drinking all that punch and eat cookies back there, so I don't have to clean up that. And thank you for being able to live in a safe city and be involved in some of the city events that are coming up. Spring is sprung. Except we did have snow today, so I guess it really hasn't sprung.
No, it's,
So, thank you.
thank you. April 4th, is that the Easter egg hunt day?
Yes, it's Saturday before Easter.
Saturday before, okay.
Well, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and very happy St. Patrick's Day for all those that partake in that. And before we meet again, Easter will be also upon us, and so just the happiness and renewal that Easter gives each and every one of us. Everyone have a very happy Easter, and thank you for everyone showing up here today in presence in UMAC TV land. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for showing up and thanks for the committee updates.
Yes, thank you for all you do, and it's a lot to do, and we appreciate all you do for the city. And spring, it starts on Friday. We hope it turns spring sometime in the state of Indiana. But when I think of spring, I always think of new life and new adventures, and I'm just looking forward to that for our city.
Thank you. Public comments from the public.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Is the next council meeting on the 20th? Is that date correct?
That's 20th of April.
So we meet normal,
Let's
later
see
than
here.
normal?
It says,
It's always the third Monday of the
But it's a
month.
holiday.
is it?
Is it Labor, what is that?
I know it's
No,
not.
No, I just,
It would be, it's.
It's later just because the first is a Wednesday, so it is later.
It's all right, you've been told.
Take more windows off.
You're safe, Paul.
Just would like to remind everyone that, check the website, the city website. That QR code does have the link underneath it, so that's already done, so they can get that. And then, like Elaine said, all of our dates for events are posted on the Parks page, so check the RDC page and the Parks page.
And then a friendly addendum to that, it's also in the newsletter. Every quarter, the new activities are in there. So we have that. Thank you for the public comments. Hearing none, we entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn, please.
We have a motion to adjourn. We need a second.
Second it.
Seconded by Mrs. Haley, it is 7:36.